Hey there, welcome to this week's episode of 180 and 180. I'm Bill Wallace, and there were sirens going on and birds calling in the background and so much noise, and I thought it was just perfect for us to talk a little bit about the idea of something I think we're all going to need here over these next couple of weeks, and that's the idea to be still, be quiet, and know our God. It's Thanksgiving week. I hope you've got great plans for that. Christmas is coming up. Along with that, I'm sure if you're like everyone else, you'll have concerts to go to and vacations to be a part of, parties to be at, people to see, things to do. The list will just go on. And there will be so many opportunities for us to be busy and to be moving and to be noisy. Oh my goodness, everything will just be so noisy. And in the midst of that, we get this continuous word from God throughout the Bible, and something that is modeled actually by Jesus himself, and that is to be still. Be still. That's so against our nature. That's not something that any of us do really hardly very well at all, and yet that's something that we're told to do consistently. Be still. Be quiet. In fact, Jesus models this himself, the most important person to have ever been on the planet, someone who had so many things to do and accomplish in such, honestly, a little amount of time in order to do all those things, yet he manages to find times to be still, to know that he doesn't always have to be moving forward. There's just a time and a place to be quiet. Why don't we do that? Why is that so difficult for us? Well, honestly, I think it's often because we're a little afraid of what we might hear in the quiet. We're a little afraid of what might happen if we stop moving forward, that, well, we might actually begin to reflect and know that maybe the stuff that we do isn't all that important, that the things that we think are so worth being driven after, well, fall a little short. Maybe we might have a chance to really reflect on what God wants us to hear. And I think for most people that's a terrifying thing, but the reality is that's what he wants. He wants us to be still, to be quiet, and know that he is God, that he's got this, that all the things that we work so hard for and are driven towards, that all those things that we think if we stop moving that it'll all fall down. The truth is, if we're still, if we're quiet, we see that God's got this. And he just wants us to know that, well, he loves us just for who we are, not for what we do, not for what we're able to accomplish, not for the noise that we're able to make. So in this very busy week, in this very busy season, I pray you take a little time to be still, be quiet, and hear what God has to say to you. Thanks for listening. We'll see you back here next week.